Guys, it's me Charlie. On today's video I wanted to show you a little pond filter that I'm putting together. As you can see, I have 4 of these 5-gallon totes. These are a little bright but they are 5 gallons each. I took the sticker off. It's still a little adhesive there, but these are 5 gallons each, and basically it's 4 containers. I may just be using 3 because the size pond that I have, I'm not too sure how many gallons it is, but I think it's like around under 300 gallons. But basically this doesn't need to be a 3-tier, not even a 3-tier. I should say it shouldn't be a 4-tier, but it doesn't have to even be a 3-tier. It could be 2 tiers. But I'm going to do 3, and the reason why is because on the top part here, it's going to be where the large mesh material is going to be filtered through. I think the bottom one is going to be possibly the medium size plus some rocks, and then the last one some rocks. Now if I want, I could add this 4th one, or I can actually just use this as a storage container. So these lock on really well. As you can see, I'm already cutting it up. But basically I'm going to have this tubing from the pump go into the top tier, fill this up, and then these are going to have holes in them. And as you can see, they stack really nicely with each other, and it's going to drip out of this one onto this one. Then that one's going to have holes, and the same thing all the way down. Now I don't like these really loud yellow tops, so I'm going to try to look for a safe paint that I could use and paint these black. The material that I'm using inside is this natural air filter that you can cut down to size for your home filters. It's made with natural fiber, so I was really happy with that. It basically looks like this. See how large that is? And that's going to be able to pick up a lot of the big material. And then I'm going to have a medium and then a fine small mesh to make the water nice and crystal clear. I did get some tubing, and I also got a couple of parts. This is the part that's going to be drilled into here, pushing the water in, and then you make a larger one to have it come out down here and into the pond. And you can also add a tube to it, so that way you can extend the PVC pipe all the way somewhere to fall into another waterfall or into the pond, just whatever you want. I'm not sure what I'll do, but I'll just leave it like this for now. Hey, Sushi, kitty kitty. Alright you guys, so it's taken me a little time to get this put together. I actually had some help, and I don't have some of the tools to cut the hole in the actual tote. So this is the side of the tote, and this is where the intake of the water from the pump is going to be going. And I just needed something a little bit smaller. The one I had was a little too big for this. Same thing for the out part. I could still attach a PVC pipe to extend it. This is going to be at the very bottom, and this is going to be at the very top, depending on how many tiers you want to put together. So here is the sprayer with a bunch of holes in it. If I need to add more, I can. The good thing about this entire setup is nothing is attached permanently. All of this can completely come apart, which means I can twist these inwards or outwards, or some of these in, some of them out. Basically, you're going to need to buy a bunch of little elbows. I have these 4-corner elbows, and then a PVC pipe that I got cut down, one of these little T elbows, and then an extra piece of PVC that's going to be the part that joins together right in here. So all of this just slides right together, and you don't need to get all of this sealed tight with any kind of glue or anything. You can on these if you want to, but none of these are attached. Put it in real quickly, and what I'm going to do on the bottom of this, I'm going to go ahead and put, let me show you guys. I ended up buying this at Lowe's. You're welcome, Lowe's, for the free advertisement. Red lava rock. I'm going to wash this really well. Basically, I'm going to put it on the bottom here, and then on top of that is going to be the large mesh material that will capture all of the debris. And you'll notice this is a little bit floppy, that's why I put that little string there. But basically, when it's filled up and the media is inside. This is just going to rest on top of it, so it'll be perfect. So this is kind of like the front of the pond, basically right there. And this is the back of the pond, and this is kind of the side where there's a little waterfall here. I'm thinking later on putting another waterfall here, falling into there, going into there. But for now, I'm going to be putting the filter system right there, and it's going to be easy for me to just walk over there and clean up the filter media whenever needed. So the very bottom one's going to have the spout that'll go in and pour inside. And the second one's going to have some media inside and another fine filter mesh. And the top tier is going to have the sprayer where all the water is going to go inside. And basically I do have to make holes in each one of these except the very last one to hold the water and to filter it through, so that way it'll be an aeration, bacteria growth, and everything will be filtering and kind of doing a trickling effect. So let me go ahead and put that together. So I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put this, and that's kind of where I want it. Just giving you a little idea as you're walking up. The pond's right here on the right hand side. There's going to be a waterfall falling in here, possibly another one into that one to go into this one, and that's where the water filtration system is going to happen. So I wanted to go ahead and show you now that I've poured out of the bag. This is with what the red lava rock, I'm having a hard time saying that word, looks like. It is 0.5 cubic feet, meaning this is what you can spread on the ground. There are people that use this for like lining a sidewalk or a side of a house, and it's basically your lava rock. So if you already have this in your house, just take it and wash it, and look, that's where the bacteria is going to grow and stay at. So this will work perfectly. This is I think it's a 5-gallon bucket, I think, if you fill it to the top. Not really sure. 20 quarts. Washing the really well. I want to see when the water fills all the way up, what the color looks like. You can make it how dirty this is. You should always wash anything that you put into your precious pond, or you have to set it again. Okay, so the next step is you're going to need a drill, and you're going to need to be able to make some holes in the lip inside here, the groove, or whatever this is called. I'm going to be making holes in here, not on here, because when I make holes on this part, this tote, I need this part to not be in the way. So my creative thinking brought me to this point. So you turn your first tier upside down. Take a good look at it. You take the top and you turn it upside down and you place it on here. Then you constantly want to look back and forth to see where the holes are going to go. And you basically want to make sure that the holes are in here, not along the edge over here, because you don't want this leaking out. So basically I'm going to work in the inside, and I'm going to start from the center and going in a little circle pattern to figure this out. And then I'm going to be making the holes through here, and it's going to go right through the black tote. So the holes will match each other as best as possible. So far so good. My first one, I had to be very careful because you don't want to crack this. And look, it's going right through and it's staying in the middle. Okay guys, so I think I might be satisfied with this. Basically I made 3 X's, and when I looked closely I noticed, don't know if you guys could see it, it's got the perfect gap. So let me show you. So this is what that looks like. Look how it looks inside. Of here I can see the yellow. See the space? So the water's going to fall in here, and it's going to fall, and it's focused in the center. So if there's any water that goes along the edge a little bit, it'll find its way towards the center, because there's going to be weight put in here and it's going to push down. And this is now a little bit weaker, so of course all the pressure is going to go down a little bit. So it should all fall to the middle. If I need to add more holes, I can, but for now I think this will work just fine. Okay, guys, so I got all the holes made. Very first tier has a cover. There's holes in this one, there's holes on top of the lid. There's holes in this one, holes on top of the lid. There are no holes in this one because it has to hold the water to go back into the pond. That's basically all you have to do with that. Wanted to mention these parts were all individually purchased. This is separated to put the pump tubing in there. This one's separate, so is the one down there. Okay, just because I don't have enough of this red lava rock, I'm only going to put it up to there for now because I want to fill up the other tiers with just a little bit, and I'll add more later on once I go buy another bag tomorrow. So that's basically what it looks like for now, because it will pour out the water from there. Okay, I already did the other one. I just want to start working on the very top tier. So there is a little bit of rock in here, and I'm going to start adding these in there. And I'm going, as you can see, this is flush to the top of this, so that sprayer that I'm going to put in here might be perfect. So I twisted this in just a little bit so the holes face in a little, and all I have to do is put that in there, and that's it. So there's going to be a little bit of pressure to go that way. I can actually turn them further so we can put all the material towards the middle. Perfect fit that is. This one I'm going to have it shoot straight more in. This one more towards the mesh material. Look at this. It doesn't even move. So that little blue thing you saw in the beginning of the video wasn't even needed. Okay, real quick, why it's important to have just a little bit from the bottom up, so you can keep this submerged underwater and keep the bacteria going. This is just an example with the water hose running. You want the substrate to always be kept wet, so that way the bacteria can stay alive while you're changing the filter, or maybe it turned off or something. You know, hopefully this will hold, because these are only going to stay alive because of the trickling. And so this will end up going dry on you if the pump turns off for whatever reason. Okay, so I'm not finished at the pond. I still have to get a few more things, make a few little changes, but basically there is the little towers and the little filter systems. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and show you what it looks like inside, but I still need to get a pipe that sticks out so it'll go back into the water. Otherwise you can see it's leaking right onto the dirt. Alright, so I plugged it in, and basically there's the water, but because I don't have a pipe, it's just pouring on the ground. And I realized I can actually put another one of these mesh materials. And see, I have them facing inwards, and look at, that looks perfect. All the stuff is going to get caught here. Then it goes into the rocks down below. This is nothing but rocks, but I'll put filter in there. Same thing in there, and that has just rocks. But see, it barely gets into the water. But the pressure coming out is perfect. I'll be able to keep this pond much more healthier. So since this is just a test run, just wanted to show you why it's important to make quite a bit of holes. Look what's happening. There's not enough holes in the lid to make it drain fast enough. So it's leaking everywhere. Even though the pressure is kind of nice, it'll be even stronger later. But see, not enough pressure. And that outspout is too close to the bottom lip. It's sticking up a little bit, so holes to support each container. Almost finished though, and I love the sound of the waterfall. I put that there so it'll catch some of the water.